Good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday morning meditation and kava hour. Today's meditation, we are still with our second chakra as the theme for this week. And if you don't know anything about the chakras, don't worry. I'm going to tell you what it is. The second chakra, I need to plug my phone in. I did not plug it last night. What is it? The second chakra is the chakra of passion. Now, chakra of passion. Yeah, it's right there, right up there, right alongside of something that makes us very passionate. Our reproductive organs, very passionate. Now, on Sunday, we talked about why this whole concept of sex is the ultimate indulgence and what it is that we like so much about it. And we got into all of the mental reasons. I even did a little poll, and I got some pretty deep spiritual answers. But when we take away all of the meanings that we apply to why we like the things that we like, we give all this reasoning towards the things that we like, the things that we get lost in the moment, the things that make us feel like time is passing so quickly. And we break through all of that. Speaking of getting lost in the moment, Kiki is in heat. And she's very needy, just like her mother. We can look at the undercurrent of what is there that maybe we don't see. What is in these moments? What is the undertone of these moments of creativity, in these moments of indulgence, in these moments of desire, whether it's desire to get more of this pleasurable feeling or the desire to not lose something that we have? That's where we become the most passionate. Either fighting for what we believe in with passion or fighting against something we believe in with passion. Having the discipline, having the courage to show up every single day for that which we're passionate about. Now, if we think about what passions typically are, they all are based out of one principal theme, and that is the theme of creativity. This music is too loud. Creativity. So even if we're talking about sex, we are creating, in the Darwin idea, we're creating new life, right? And it's been presented to us in a way that is the most pleasurable experience that humans have. In fact, I'd say most humans, when it comes to the actual feeling of an orgasm, it is their most favorite thing in the entire world. Now, taking sex out of the conversation, because that's just how I get you hooked, and into other ways that we get lost in the moment, whether we are making a really nice meal, whether we're writing a letter, whether we are playing music, listening to music, writing music. Where's the pleasure come from? Is it in the sense of accomplishment? Is it in the sense of tuning out the world? Yes. But we can do that in lots of different ways. Drugs, for example. Not a sense of accomplishment there, probably, depending on the drug. But tune out the world. Time goes by faster. And that's where we see a overactive second chakra addiction. And a blocked chakra. They're never really blocked, they're always open. Something that's just like a little bit sluggish, slowly moving, imbalanced as well, is feeling that we don't deserve to enjoy the things that we're doing. We don't deserve to, here comes the theme, we don't deserve to create. Now, everything that we do that we enjoy, it's this feeling of creation. Now we add accomplishment to it because that's the only way that we feel we deserve to be a creator, is if we're accomplishing something. We add this concept of blocking out the thoughts and not being stressful anxiety so that we feel, again, that we deserve to enjoy the pleasure of it rather than being triggered and traumatized by the things that we ourselves have done. We still carry around this sense of guilt that we either try to numb out or that numbs us to the ability to feel pleasure. So what if I were to tell you that guilt is something man-made? Guilt is something that we have created to divide us from the sense of unity, from the feeling of oneness with our Creator. That, in fact, if we allow ourselves the miracle of being present and staying present in this moment, that it doesn't matter what we've ever done, it doesn't matter what anyone else has ever done. The only thing that matters is who we are choosing to create ourselves to be moment to moment. From one moment of now to the next moment of now. That all the things that all these traumas we're carrying around with us, the things, people that have wronged us or people that we have wronged, that it's all bullshit. That it does not define your present moment. Your past does not need to define you. The only thing that needs to define you is your own will and your own spiritual desire to be the best version of yourself right now. And now the best version of yourself right now may be feeling a little bit lazy. And that's okay, no need to feel guilty about that. The best version of yourself right now might just be doing creation in the sense of giving yourself the healing space to take a break, pull back, withdraw from all of your ambitions, and rest. The second chakra space is one that all of us struggle with. And after spending so many years studying the psychology and the neuroscience and the emotional development that actually is the structure of these energetic centers, that not studying all the mysticism and how to heal with energy and all the things that people typically think that I'm going to talk about when we talk about the chakras, not studying so much about the symbolism and all the esoteric principles of it, because honestly, what the fuck are we going to do with that in our daily lives, right? If you start seeing energy and seeing colors swirling around people tomorrow, is that going to do anything positive for your experience, or is it just going to be another distraction? It's going to be a distraction for most of us. Now, if we're able to start to feel more for people, to understand more about people, to be able to understand more about ourselves and the relationships that we have, and create a new and different relationship moment to moment, now that's something we can work with. So every single one of these centers has an essence of being a center of creativity. The first center, the root chakra, is the essence of creating a new mindset, a new perception, of being rooted, of having a foundation, of feeling stable, of being able to not only survive, but to thrive, what we need in order to thrive. And it's not an external environment that determines what is needed to thrive, as much as we think it is. As we get deeper and deeper into the present moment, we see what we need in order to thrive is the creative will to do so. Just like all those beautiful flowers that grow out of a freaking rock. And Home Depot's trying to sell me a $75 bag of dirt and tell me that that's the only way my flowers are going to grow, right? No, it just needs the will, that life force energy, second chakra, in order to create. We don't need all the things that we say we emotionally need to create these better relationships with our friends, our family, our lovers, our colleagues, our government, our environment. That doesn't need to change. We don't need to change. What needs to change is our view of it, our perception of it, our ability to see things clearly through the eyes of loving awareness. And all of this comes from the Course in Miracles. I'm just not just making this up, and I've kind of understood it experientially, but finally by studying the Course in Miracles for 3 years and starting to teach it, I'm getting a much more clear understanding of how to explain it. So now we're on day 3 of Course in Miracles. Let me go and grab the book real quick so we can tell you what your lesson's going to be. Your lesson for day 3 in the Course in Miracles. First day was everything I see in this room. Nothing I see in this room means anything. So disassociating our mind with all of the predisposed meanings we've applied to the broom, to the door, to the TV, and just saying it's just a thing that I see. There is no meaning to it. The next one is I have given everything I see in this room all the meaning that it has for me. A door only has a meaning when we decide that we want to go through it, that it needs to open or close. A broom only has meaning, purpose, so to speak, when there's something to clean or a witch that needs to write it. Third lesson. Kiki's pumping my arm. That's not the lesson. Third lesson, I do not understand anything I see in this room. Now that's a big one, huh? Especially since we're in our home environments and we've been in our home environment for a month or longer, and pretty much only our home environment for that long. We really think that we understand the meaning of everything. I think I understand the meaning of my guitar. I think I understand the meaning of my air conditioning. I think I understand the meaning of this whole setup that I've created by moving my furniture around. And what our third lesson is saying is that we don't understand it. Because the real miracle is being able to create spontaneously with the will of the ultimate creator, the ultimate creation, whatever put us here, instead of playing God and assuming that our way is the best way and our meaning is the only meaning and our meaning is the ultimate meaning, taking on that role of omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresent. So close your eyes. Closing your eyes, just let yourself be comfortable. Our meditations are going to be a little bit different, a little bit more casual. And with your eyes closed, I want you to look into the back of your eyelids and let that be your reality, this deep space. Let that vision of an infinite void, like the one you see behind your eyelids, completely dissolve everything that you think is around you. In all directions, above you, below you, in front of you, behind you, left, right, with no seam to any horizon anywhere. Infinite space, within as well as without. Now for this practice, when I tell you to open your eyes, what you're going to do, it's going to be just 1 minute of practice. You're going to lightly open your eyes. Don't do it yet. Keep on looking into the infinite space and just listen to the instructions. And you're going to just look at what's immediately around you and let your eyes dance from one object to the next. And each time your eyes land on an object, before you start to analyze what it's for, why it's there, and why you need it, why it brings you pleasure, why you like it, why you don't like it, we're going to apply this idea of I do not understand anything I see in this room. I do not understand the meaning of whatever you're looking at. So whatever you see will become a subject for applying the idea. And just make sure that no matter what you see, that you don't question the suitability for it. Even if you see a speck of dust on the floor, if you see a feather, if you see anything at all, you're going to be looking at your room like it's the first time you've ever seen it before. And this is really itchy. Like it's the first time that you've ever seen it before. And even if it's something that is emotionally charged with sentimental value, you're going to apply the idea to that as well. Because what we're doing to bring balance back to our second chakra, where most of humanity spends most of their quote conscious experience sleeping, thinking that we understand boundaries and emotional needs and defining ourselves by a personality, we are taking a step back and going, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to see things differently. And for now, to get there, I'm going to stop applying my own perceptions, my own meaning, even to objects that are very familiar to me. So we're going to need to keep our mind completely open. And when judgmental thoughts arise, as they likely will, acknowledge those and do the same thing. Understand that that judgment is as much of an item in the room as everything else that you see, and it can be released. Okay? That it has just as little meaning, that you do not understand the judgment just as you don't understand anything in the room. Okay, so take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale from the mouth. And then gently open your eyes and just look at your immediate surroundings, letting the eyes fall on one subject at a time. And keep on repeating to yourself, I do not understand anything I see in this room. It means I do not understand the judgments that I see. And you can say it out loud if it helps you to stay focused. And if your eyes fall on the same object twice, that's okay. There's no need to look around dramatically. You can, but just see if you can just do this very calmly without putting a lot of effort into it. It should not be strenuous. Now close your eyes again. Look back into that deep infinite space. Let the world around you disappear. Now this next time when we open our eyes, we're going to look about an arm's length distance around us, or maybe a little bit further from where you did last time. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release all the expectations you have of what you are about to see. And open your eyes, looking a little bit further away than you did last time. And start maybe even naming the items. I do not understand this guitar that I see. I do not understand the desk. Continue moving your awareness around. Just acknowledging the items, but not applying any understanding to them. Close your eyes again. Deep breath in. Exhale, let go of all of those memories of what you think you saw. And on your next inhale, we're going to open our eyes, and now we're going to even look out windows, look in all the far corners, outskirts of the room, outskirts of our vision, and repeat it. Close your eyes. I don't know about you, but when I'm consciously looking at any object and consciously making the choice to say, I don't understand this, I'm realizing and seeing how quickly my mind wants to build a story around every object that it looks at, based off of not the present moment reality, but based off of past associations, past relationships with these objects. Who knew we had relationships with inanimate objects? Well, I mean, some of us knew, but not those kind of relationships. So now just keep your eyes closed. And with your eyes still closed, keep on looking into this space. And we're going to take a few moments mentally chanting the word VUM as our meditation, sitting up straight and tall. Allowing all of the other typical thought processes to occur, but applying this lesson to those thoughts. I do not understand this thought, while mentally repeating VUM, 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 VUM. When visions, images, memories, illusions begin to show up as a thought, rather than attempting to analyze what it means, no matter how spiritual it might feel, no matter how much of a message you think you need to get from it, the message right now is, I do not understand any thought that is in this room. And notice how quickly we curb that analytical advocate of the mind. And then return to VUM, 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 VUM. And in this deep space behind the eyelids, begin to not only look all the way through at this infinite existence that surrounds us, but allow that existence to be completely saturated with the glow of an orange light. Feeling the presence of that light glowing at the space in between your hip bones, in the center of your reproductive organs, somewhere in between the reproductive organs and the bladder. Feel your presence, your awareness sit there. Begin to wrap up the chanting of Om. Still looking into the orange infinite light. Seeing if you can maybe even turn the corners of the mouth to the hint of a smile. Noticing that when we allow this subtle change of expression on our face, even if we tried to think a negative judgmental thought, does not come naturally. What comes naturally is that the thoughts subside for just a moment, showing us that when we in ourselves stimulate a sensation of bliss and joy, that bright light of love snuffs out any of the darkness without a fight, without an argument. So a new challenge for your living the miracle practice throughout your day. With each item you see, with each person you encounter, even the ones on the news, allow the corners of your mouth to turn to the hint of a smile as often as you can remember, reminding yourself that I do not understand anything I see in this room, on this street, from this window, from my television, on this planet, in this place. I do not understand. And create the one thing that we have been programmed to come